Hi ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be looking at finding the volume of a rectangular prism that's made up of cubes if we're given the volume of each cube, not the side length here. Right, so if I'm reading the instructions here, we're told the volume of each cube is 1/8 meters cubed. So what does that mean? I'm going to insert a picture of one of the cubes here. Okay, so that means if I take one of these cubes, its whole volume is 1/8. So if I have another cube and I double it and I draw another cube down here, right, that means, and I put them together, that means that it would also have a volume of 1/8, and together they would have a volume of 2/8. So what does that mean? How is that going to help us for this shape? If I knew how many cubes made up this figure, and I multiplied it by the volume of each cube, that's the 1/8, the volume of each cube, then I can find out the total volume of all of those cubes, the larger rectangular prism. So let's figure out how many cubes there are. I notice there are 2 cubes in the length, there are 3 cubes along the width, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes along the height. So my number of cubes would be 2 times 3 times 6. That's 36 cubes when you multiply it. And we're going to multiply each of those cubes by its volume of 1/8. All right, so if we multiply straight across, that would give us 36/8 as the total volume. And then the last step would be to simplify this. If I divide both numbers by 4, to simplify it, right, that would give us 9/2, and that's the same thing as 4.5. So the volume for this whole shape is 4.5 meters cubed. All right, let's go to the next shape here. This time we're told the volume of each cube is 1/12 meters cubed. So each one here I have drawn is 1/12. Again, if I double this, right, and I draw another cube just below it, right, that cube would also have a volume of 1/12, and together they would have a volume of 2/12. So again, we know the volume, the total volume of the shape would be the number of cubes, and we're going to multiply that by the number, the volume of each cube. Sorry. Okay, so we can see here that there are 4 cubes along the length, there are 3 cubes along the width, and there are 5 cubes high. So if I multiply those together, that would give us 60 cubes. Or another way to think about it, I know you can't see the cubes behind it. If you want to count all the faces, that would not tell you the number of cubes. If I'm looking at just this top layer here, okay, I can count the number of cubes on the top. There's a row of 4, another row of 4 would be 8, another row of 4 would be 12. So this top layer has 12 cubes to it. If I add another 12 cubes for the second layer, that would be 24. Another 12 cubes for the third layer would be 36 cubes. Another layer would be 48. And finally, that bottom row or layer of cubes would make 60 cubes altogether. So we have 60 cubes. We know the volume of each cube is 1/12 meters cubed. So we're going to multiply those two together. That would give us 60/12. And if we simplify that, that simplifies down to 5. So our volume of the total rectangular prism with all those cubes would be 5 meters cubed. All right, one last one here. So we have another shape, and we're told the volume of each cube is 1/27 meters cubed. So each one of these cubes on the top here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 cubes in the top layer over here. That means there has to be 12 on the bottom as well. So there's a total of 24 cubes in this shape. And since each one of them has a volume of 1/27th meters cubed, we can multiply those 24 cubes by 1/27th meters cubed, and that would give us the total amount of volume for the shape. All right, so if we multiply straight across, it would give us 24/27ths, and I'm going to reduce that to lower terms by dividing both numbers by 3. That gives us 8/9. So this shape has a volume of 8/9 meters cubed. All right, if you have questions, tune into our call and have a good day. I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye-bye.